Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Fantasia. This is Sewing with Tay from the T.A.E Emporium. Today we're going to be making DIY crochet belt loops. The only thing you need today is a needle and a long piece of thread in your hands. Let's get into it. We're going to make a crochet belt loop for these shorts. I'm going to start by having my needle and thread with a long piece of yarn, and I'm going to put the knot on the inside of my garment, and then I am going to make a couple stitches in place to hold it. Once you get 2 or 3 stitches, you see this loop here, you're going to put your index finger and your thumb to make an opening like this, and then you have your piece of thread in my right hand that I'm holding the needle. So sorry to keep this in the frame. So you're going to pull that working thread through that little loop you just made with your index and your thumb. So you have your opening, pull it through, opening, pull it through. And you're just going to keep doing this for whatever length you want your crochet loop to be. So my belt is pretty wide, as you can see, so I'm going to keep doing this. It also needs to have a little bit of slack because you don't want it to be too tight. Although we're trying to make this very sturdy, they can break. So you have your opening and you're going to pull the thread through, and you're just going to keep doing this until you get to your desired length. And sorry, this was hard because the shorts kept moving around, but see the opening at my index and thumb, and then I'm holding the rest of the thread where the needle is at the end with my right hand, and I have the loop opening with my left hand with my index finger and thumb. So I tried to zoom it in for you. You're just going to pull that thread through the loop, and you're going to continue to hold the rest of the thread with your right hand, and you're going to pull it tight. You don't want there to be gaps in your loops, because then there's places where it potentially can break. So you're just going to keep pulling through. Once you get to the end, whatever you think you want the end to be, you want to measure that and make sure first, because you don't want to have to try to go back over it. I'm going to finish this up by doing a couple more. This is really close to the length that I want it to be. And then once you get to your end, you're going to take your opening, and then you're going to put the needle, the entire needle and the rest of your thread through that opening. So I'm getting to it here. We got a couple more to go because my belt is pretty wide and it's kind of bulky, so I want to make sure that it's going to fit through there. Here's a close-up of my chain, and once you decide you're finished and I think I'm done here, I put the needle through that loop and then I pulled it tight. And then you're going to put your needle through your garment, making sure that it's not completely flat. There should be some slack there. And then you're going to stitch in place a couple more. I say 2 to 3 stitch in place. And then we're going to do the same thing here. You're going to open up your thread again with your index and your thumb. And we're going to do a couple of those like crochet kind of knots on this side. So you see here, I opened it up, and I am going to do a couple, sorry I'm knocking the camera, a couple of those right there, just like that. And then once you pull your needle through and you're done, you're just going to snip it, and then it looks like this when it's done. So there's a little bit of a slack there. You don't want it to be too fat to the fabric. So this is it. I'm going to pull my belt through, and you want to make sure that it fits through nicely. And yeah, that's it. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I make new videos.